Welcome to Voice of the Inland Empire, your weekly adventure into the who, what, where, and why of our Southern California communities. And we're coming to you today from Charlie's Stars and Stripes, one of my favorite restaurant and bar hangouts right here in Old Town Upland on the corner of 2nd and C Street. And today we are going to meet Polina, Marian, who is the founder, and David Goldburg, who is the co-owner of Addicted to Yoga. And we're going to learn about yoga and the growth of yoga within this country and our culture, and how you, if you're extra stressed out, might just find the peace of mind that you've been looking for in trying yoga. It's going to be a great show, one you will not want to miss, so don't go away. We will be right back. Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland is one of my favorite places to go for food, for drink, and for great entertainment. Located at 296 2nd Street in Old Town Upland, just north of the gazebo and just east of Euclid Avenue. This is a wonderful place with a broad menu, variety, great drinks, great fun, and marvelous people. They have weekly specials. These are my favorites. Check out their Monday night $5.99 steak dinner. How can you go wrong? They have specials virtually every night of the week. And then they have entertainment going on all the time, from trivia contests to karaoke to dancing to some of the best cover bands you'll ever hear on Fridays and Saturday nights. Check them out on Yelp, check them out on Facebook, or come on by and say you heard about them on Voice of the Inland Empire. I love it so much here. This is where we're shooting the show, right here from the bar at Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland. Come on by. Any evening, who knows, you may just see me here having dinner and a drink. Are you addicted to yoga? If you aren't, maybe you should be. I am joined by Polina, Marian, who is the founder of Addicted to Yoga, and in a few minutes we'll meet the co-owner, David Goldburg. And we're here today to talk about something that is really growing as at least a national phenomenon, but yoga has been around like longer than you and me, right?
Thousands of years.
Well, I'm 999. I know I look good. So apparently it started a year before I was born.
And it's really helped you look absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I like her already. So seriously, where did yoga begin? And what's kind of the back history on it?
Okay, well, yoga really, when it started thousands of years ago, it really didn't have the name yoga to it. It was just kind of like formulations of movements and breathing together.
Kind of like just stretching, breathing, yes. Mindfulness.
Yeah, and it really stems from meditation, because a lot of different cultures incorporate some sort of meditative practice into their lifestyle, into their day-to-day activities. So the yoga aspect of meditation really came from that. After you would sit for a long period of time, or you would do some sort of spiritual, practice of some sort, they would get up and do these stretches.
Which makes sense, because if you've been sitting there in a meditative pose for an hour and a half, you might be a tad stiff when you're done.
Absolutely. And so that's kind of where it all started. And then they started to, put names of poses to the specific movements. And then the key thing was uniting the breath with the movement. So the actual word yoga means union. It comes from the word to yoke, which means to unite. And when you're uniting your movement and your breath, the whole practice of that creates a very meditative state. So you'll see it like, when it started to become popular, all these different cultures all of a sudden were like, oh, well, we do yoga too, and we do yoga here, because it can mean many different things, but the action is moving the poses with the breath.
So for people that know at least a little bit about meditation and the benefits of that, this is kind of an expansion of that.
Absolutely.
It's like meditation for the body as well. And what I'm hearing you say is when you can get the body and the mind and the breath all in sync, incredible things start to happen.
And that's what happens when you get on your mat, is that the idea of the practice is that you're learning how to really focus on the practice and the breathing to happen at the same time. When we're constantly multitasking in our mind, we want to take that ancient practice because it worked so well and really incorporate in bringing everything in unity.
That's a good point. If yoga pretty much sucked, it probably wouldn't still be around.
Definitely
So I
not.
think there's a message there. And even breathing, we don't even know how to breathe. We're always so hustle bustle and short little breaths.
Definitely.
And it's the deep breaths and the long exhales that are really healthy for the body.
Yeah.
So what got you into yoga then, since you probably weren't there when the masters were first formulating it?
No, I'm so bummed
Like
about
me.
that. But my grandmother actually, she moved here from Russia, and she was about 120 pounds overweight, and at 55 years old decided to change her life. And she got into Ashtanga yoga, which is a type of yoga that calls to me. It's challenging because you're moving a lot, so you're building your flexibility and your strength. And she taught me yoga when I was 7 years old.
Now, you don't usually think of yoga for weight loss.
No.
At least I don't.
But this type of yoga really encourages strength building and flexibility. So as opposed to holding the poses for a longer period of time, you're moving a lot faster. So it's similar to like a cardio style or a power style of yoga.
And anyone that has done cardio workouts or even guys with the bodybuilding, as your body gets stronger, that creates more energy.
Definitely.
And the need for less food. It's when we're so lethargic and sitting behind a desk all day and then watching TV all night that you start having those sugar cravings to get the energy level up. When you create that energy. So that does make sense that yoga would do that.
And also it creates endorphins, which makes us feel really good. So people, that's why we say addicted to yoga, because, you get on your mat and you start to really feel the benefits, like I would say 4 or 5 times after you actually try the practice of Ashtanga yoga, or any type of yoga really.
Well, anyone that's ever experienced runner's high, it's the same thing. Or in the mornings when I'm done with my weightlifting and ab routine, I go into the office just really in a good mood. Of course, then I have to walk in the door and it all changes. But you get those endorphins flowing.
Well, so the main difference of yoga and everything else is that yoga really syncs the movement and the breath, where a lot of different practices or activities or sports don't do that. So the benefit that you get that high, that yoga high, those endorphins are released, but really it's not only physical, but it's mental as well. And that makes it easier for you to deal with all kinds of life circumstances. So you can take your practice on and off your mat.
So grandma gets into yoga, probably loses a ton of weight,
100 pounds.
Gets you addicted to it.
Yes.
How did you end up teaching it? A lot of people get into things that they really like, but don't end up teaching them.
Definitely. I was working at the fashion industry at the time, and I was very stressed there.
What a shock, given the industry.
And I was also doing yoga at the same time. And I had an opportunity to teach at a yoga studio nearby my home. And the lady was, very open and willing. And I'm like, hey, let me try. And I had learned how to teach yoga with my grandmother. And it was such a more positive environment, You're changing people's lives when you're teaching yoga, because it's really just so beneficial to the body and the mind.
Do you get people who come in, try it once or twice and go, oh, I just can't do this, and then they're gone?
The great thing about the practice is that it's wonderful for everyone, every age, any ability, injuries specifically or not. We even have kids yoga classes, because in any age or stage of your life, yoga can be beneficial. So we do get students like that, and we oftentimes give them another free class so that they can try
so that they come back.
Class.
Okay, let's dangle this bait. But no, you're right. When I've done yoga with an instructor that I really like, she knows that first, because I'm a bodybuilder, I don't have a lot of flexibility, but I'm working on it. But more importantly, I have bad knees. I've had a knee surgery. My other knee isn't so good. So certain poses, she'll give me alternatives that I can do.
Yeah.
So I can still participate. I just don't do a lot of the heavy stuff on the knees.
Definitely. And that's what's great about the practice is that it can be modified to anyone at any level. So the yoga pose conforms to your body. You don't have to conform to the yoga pose.
I like that.
Yeah.
It conforms to the body because people think, oh, I'll look silly or I'll look fool.
Doesn't matter.
And maybe you will to yourself, but I've done it enough. No one judges.
No.
I've gone in there and, I have the balance of a toad. So, I get up on one leg and I'm all wobbly and tapping my toe, but, in time it grows and no one judges. It's all good. So we're going to take a break in a moment and we're going to bring on your co-owner, David Goldburg. But if someone wants more information about Addicted to Yoga or anything we've talked about, how do they get it?
They can go to our website at addictedtoyoga.com, or they can follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Addicted to Yoga. They can also call us at 909-590-1189. Check us out on the website. All of our information is there.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to have David on next. You won't want to miss this part of the conversation. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Ewan, and I do the hair and makeup for Ron Stark and his guests. I would like to make you look and feel like a star all of the time. Come meet me at Studio M Salon and Spa in Upland, and if you mention this show, you can receive a free consultation and half off a haircut. I offer the best in makeup and formal styles for weddings, proms, and all of your special occasions, including special effects makeup, hairstyling, cutting, and color, hair and eyelash extensions, facials, and body treatments. So if you want to look and feel like a star, come see me at Studio M Salon and Spa in Upland. Give me a call today for your free consultation and half off a haircut at 626-589-3475 or 909-981-6800.
We are back and coming to you from one of my favorite places, Charlie's Stars and Stripes in Old Town Upland on the corner of 2nd and C Street, right across the street from the famous J.D. Allison's. Come on by Charlie's any night of the week. They have live entertainment, great food, and spirits. You'll find me here many nights enjoying dinner and a glass of wine. We have been talking to the co-owners of Addicted to Yoga, and we are joined in this segment by David Goldburg. And David, Polina in the first segment kind of gave us the history of yoga, the past. What I'd like to do is find out what got you into yoga and then talk about yoga in the present day and how it's really helping a lot of people. But first, what got you into yoga and how did you find yourself a co-owner?
Well, first I was dating Polina and she was teaching some classes and I decided to check those classes out. And right away I saw the benefits. I suffered from scoliosis when I was growing up and I didn't have any surgeries or braces or anything like that, and my back was really hurting me, especially working retail. So I saw the
where you're on your feet all day long.
Absolutely, and I saw the benefits of yoga right away. And I would take her classes and they would become very, very popular. And she would say, oh, there's 2 new students, Dave. Would you mind showing them some of the newer poses?
Nice.
And so that's kind of how I got started teaching yoga and involved in the yoga community.
Well, and that's a good story because you demonstrate yourself how yoga can be very healthy or health reforming for a broad range of people. It took you with a situation that was causing pain, and I'm guessing has virtually turned that around.
Yes, I think that most of the time people don't know how to resolve their issues or their problems and they're looking for somebody else. But if they could find a way to resolve those problems themselves and they have those tools, it's for life. And that's one of the things that I saw from yoga and I love to share it with others.
And one of the things that Polina mentioned was this coming together of the physical, the mental, and the breathing, which becomes kind of a spiritual practice on its own. Is that a big component of what you guys teach?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing that yoga offers every student, no matter what their level is the body and mind connection. And as soon as those two things start to connect, then we can actually remain present. Most of the students that come into the studio and are practicing are either thinking about what they didn't do or what they need to do. And so our job as instructors is to help guide them through the yoga practice and through the breath and movement together to help them remain present. And then eventually at the end of the class, just for 5 or 10 minutes, they're finally able to experience the stillness that meditation provides. Which
has been proven over and over again by science to be very, very healthy. Not only for stress reduction, but a whole wealth of benefits come from meditation. And you make a good point. In today's society, we are so rush, hustle, bustle. We don't even know how to breathe right, let alone how to take just a moment and get quiet. And for people who maybe have tried meditation and struggled with it, and for a lot of people out of the gate, it's not easy. Yoga could be a great way to still find that place of quiet while working on your body and your mind and your breathing.
Yes, I think that the body and mind connection is really important, especially when it comes to meditation. And most people don't have the tools, like you said, to be able to find or unlock the meditation practice. So yoga helps to guide those people into that meditation practice and hopefully bring them to a present state of mind.
So I'm watching the show and I'm thinking, all right, maybe I'll try it. I'll get a hold of Polina or David over at Addicted to Yoga. They show up for the first time. What should they bring? What should they be prepared for? And what might they expect?
Well, when I first started doing yoga, there were no level 0 classes or beginning yoga. There was all levels. And I felt like when I would go into the studios, there would be 17 or 18 practitioners that have been practicing from what I've seen years, and then me. It was very intimidating. So we have different levels, and you can choose your level, whether it's level 0, level 1, level 1, 2, or level 2, and we'll take you through the different stages depending on what your level is. And all you need is yourself and an open mind. We provide everything that you would need to use free of charge every time you come into the studio.
I'm assuming, though, just dress wearing comfortable, loose-fitting clothing.
Yeah, one of the...
Don't show up in your 3-piece suit, guys, right?
Absolutely, and don't show up in sweats, because you're definitely gonna sweat if you show up in sweats. So a comfortable t-shirt and some shorts or some type of exercise clothes that you'd be comfortable with in the gym is perfect for any yoga class.
All right, now we've only got a couple minutes left. As yoga has become more and more popular in today's society and culture, there's all these different flavors. I've heard of Hatha and Vinyasa and the hot yoga, Bikram. Tell me a little, what's the difference between these, or is there much of a difference?
Well, most of the yoga that we do in the United States is actually Ashtanga based. And there were 2 main instructors that brought Ashtanga yoga here, and that was Patabi Joyce and B.K.S. Iyengar. And they both were practicing Ashtanga, which is that vinyasa flow or power yoga or heated yoga that many people are used to seeing. But there was somebody in B.K.S. Iyengar's family that wasn't able to do the entire practice, so he started the modifications of all of those poses. So what you're going to find is a blend in most of the studios of a Patabi Joyce or B.K.S. Iyengar class, so that people can find whatever comfort or whatever their personality feels for that day.
And that's one of the great things if you find a good yoga studio. One of the places that I've gone, because I'm a bodybuilder, so I have the flexibility of a plank of wood. But as we're doing the poses, the yoga instructor will often come to me and show me a modified pose, something that I can do with maybe a little bit of effort because I can't do the full pose. So no matter where you're at, there's always something that you can do to create that mind-body-breath connection.
Oftentimes as somebody that's practiced yoga for many years, there are days that I can't do the poses that I've been able to do for many years. So our bodies and our practice are constantly changing. And there's an expression in yoga that nobody owns yoga. So you take what you can from the pose and you leave the rest for another day.
And, for people that, know that they need to start having a healthier life and maybe aren't quite sure where to start, I think at least checking out yoga and giving it a try could be a great beginning to a whole new health-minded way of living.
Absolutely, I agree. And I think that if people would be open-minded to trying new things, that I think that there would unlock a lot of tools and a lot of potential within their own bodies to be able to resolve their health and wellness issues on their own.
All right, so you've got a studio in Rancho Cucamonga, a studio in Chino Hills. If someone wants more information about your studios or really anything we discussed, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, they can always call us at 909-590-1189 or visit us on the website at www.addicted2yoga.com.
Number 2 or spell out 2?
You can do both.
Oh, you got it. You guys are smart. These guys are web savvy. Check them out online and maybe even check them out in studio. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Corey Chalmers, host of the TV show Hoarders and president of SteriClean Inc. 5% of the population suffers from hoarding behaviors. Are you or a loved one overwhelmed with clutter? If so, let our caring and compassionate specialists support you every step of the way, drama-free. Give us a call at 1-800-HOARDERS for a free estimate or visit hoarders.com. SteriClean has offices nationwide to assist you. Please call us at 1-800-HOARDERS. That's 1-800-462-7337.
We are here at Dermatex of Orange County, and they also have a wonderful office in San Diego with Nick Karagosian, who is our personal guru of hair. And Nick, we've had you on the show as a main guest, and the information you had was so compelling. I wanted to have you back to talk about kind of the differences and options between surgical hair replacement and what is really getting popular today, non-surgical.
Sure. Hair transplants, I had done personally myself, and they worked great for me for 4 to 5 years. But as my pattern grew, I realized that I was running out of donor area, and I had to find another solution. But transplants can work great, especially on someone that has a smaller area to cover. Someone with a larger area, it's a little more difficult because you have a limited amount of hair to take from.
Plus, I've heard, maybe it's changed, but I've heard it's a little uncomfortable. So if you've got a small area, well, that's not going to be as uncomfortable.
Well, that's true. But, it's not so much, Ron, the discomfort of it. It's the disappointment if your expectations of what your final result is going to be is different than what occurs. That's the most painful part of it. It was for me anyway.
Right, and if your area is still growing,
yes,
then you can literally outgrow your transplant.
You can, which is what happened to me. But there's plenty. But on the other side, transplants today are done much better. The surgeons are more skilled at it. They're getting much better results.
Right, but let's say you're one of those people that you've got a large area.
Yes.
Or the area is still expanding, or you just don't like surgery of any kind.
Okay. Right.
Then there's a great non-surgical option, which is what you guys specialize in.
Which is what you're looking at with me, which is called virtual reality hair. And it's the latest innovation in non-surgical hair replacement. And it can give somebody a completely natural hairline and hair like they once had.
And you can comb it back, and it's not obvious. You can shower, swim.
Yeah, there's nothing that you're restricted to. It's human hair, and it's just a great solution.
So, Nick, if someone wants more information about virtual reality hair, how do they get a hold of you?
In Orange County, they can call us at 949-305-2661. In San Diego, at 858-457-5496. Or on our website at dermatexhair.com.
All right, be sure to call or check them out online at dermatexhair.com. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
The Citizens Business Bank Arena is one of my favorite places in the world, and season tickets are currently on sale for the upcoming season for the Ontario Reign professional hockey team and for the Ontario Fury professional indoor soccer. I love to go to both, and look for me. You'll probably find me at one of those games, if not many. Now let's take a look at what else is coming up at the arena on the Arena Clipboard. July 15th and 16th, Beth Moore, Living Proof Live. Living Proof Live will feature well-known Bible teacher and best-selling author Beth Moore's dynamic storytelling and passionate Bible teaching. The event both challenges and encourages women to grow deeply in their faith. Award-winning musical artist Travis Cottrell, who also serves as worship pastor of Inglewood Baptist Church in Jackson, Tennessee, is slated to lead worship for the event. Then one of my favorite events at the arena, July 22 through 26, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey 146 edition Out of This World. Prepare to blast off on an intergalactic adventure for space-age family fun as the ultimate circus experience launches into the future with Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey presents Out of This World. Kids of all ages will be amazed by the cosmic voyage as you discover the wonders of gravity-defying acrobats, orbital aerialists, majestic animals, fearless daredevils, and out-of-this-world humorous clowns. Then on July 30th, Heritage Singers' 45th Anniversary Reunion Concert. Started in 1971 in Portland, Oregon, the Heritage Singers have been touring for more than 4 decades. A well-renowned gospel group, Heritage has performed in all 50 states and more than 75 countries around the world. More than 100 former and current singers will be reunited on stage for this inspirational event. For this and more, visit the website cbbankarena.com, and I'll see you at the arena. What a great show. I so enjoyed speaking to all of our guests, and I especially want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. And please remember, set your DVRs so you never miss another episode of Voice of the Inland Empire. Or, want to be able to watch 24/7? Visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com, where you'll find not only current shows, but an entire archive of years of past shows. And while you're there, drop us a note. We love to hear from you. What you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. If you have ideas for show guests, please let us know. Our guests need to have topics of broad general interest and be non-commercial in nature. Or if you prefer the more traditional means of contact, you can always call our telephone hotline at 909-746-8846. So, until next time, this is Ron Stark reminding you to be productive, care for your world and the people around you, work hard, find time for fun, and always remember to give back whatever and whenever you can. Until next time, goodbye for now.